Marie Latino, and I am sitting in for Steve Adubato. Today I am here with Erica Boeke. She is the co-author of GameFace, the kick-ass guide for women who love pro sports, which goes beyond the game and into the psyche of the female sports fan. Erica, how are you?
Great, how are you?
So why GameFace? What made you write a book about this?
You know, it started, I woke up one Sunday morning, I'm a big Steeler fan, and I woke up and I was flipping through the pregame shows and I saw kind of big hulking athletes yelling at each other about stats and kind of battling with each other, and I said, I don't think these guys are talking to me. And I kind of went out in search of, you know, who was talking to the female sports fan, because I certainly knew that growing up with sports, I knew there were a ton of us that were out there and that we love sports, and it's a big part of our lives. And I saw that there were kind of two extremes. There was one that was very dumbed down, very pink, very, a touchdown is 6 points, you know, and then the other extreme was trying to get women to watch sports like a man by memorizing all these stats. And did you know that this was the only day that in 40-degree temperatures that this score happened? And that just wasn't me either. So I felt like there was a voice missing, you know, speaking to these fans who were more into things like fashion and music and food as they relate to sports. You know, one of my favorite stories to tell is that my favorite memories of sports have more to do with the people I was with, the song that was on, the food I was eating, you know, than the final score. So I think there are many of us out there that enjoy the social aspects of sports and certainly follow it week after week, but it doesn't really dominate our lives.
Now, why do you think media isn't talking to the female sports fan? Why do you think it's so male-dominated? Is it because we're not, like, people don't consider us real fans, or because we're not as knowledgeable?
I think there's a little bit of that. Let's give you a pink jersey and let's have you come to the game and, you know, enjoy it, and let's put you in this kind of category. And my point is, you know, I certainly am not going to want to be one of these stat heads. Like, I am not going to spend Monday through Wednesday, you know, studying the stats from the game prior, and then Thursday through Saturday, you know, getting pumped up.
How do women watch sports then?
I think women are, I'm willing to give up my Sunday, and I know that a lot of women are. They'll give up their Saturday for college sports, they'll give up their Sunday for NFL, and I think they enjoy watching it. They love the drama on the field and off the field.
Well, girls love drama.
Absolutely, and that's why part of me is like, why isn't anyone talking to us, really?
It's real life drama.
It's real life drama.
It's not scripted.
You know, in my mind, sports is the ultimate reality TV. I mean, it is. There's no scripts, you know, there's no, you know, anyone who thinks that like Bret Michaels' Rock of Love or any of these, you know, Survivor, those are not reality shows. We all know that. Sports is the ultimate, you do not know the outcome until it's over. And we're all watching it at this unfold at the same time. It's just, I think in this day and age, it's where you can download everything and get bootleg copies. It's a really unique experience that we all can share. So
what's the difference though between the way men watch? Men are all about the stats and, you know, the numbers, and women watch it kind of like a movie.
Yeah, you know, I kind of liken it to, you know how men seem to memorize every line from every movie and a woman can tell you the plot?
Exactly.
I think we're wired differently. I think that men really like to, you know, kind of one-up each other and say, oh, I know more about this team and this player, and you know, they kind of test each other as well as testing women. You know, I have this story, my sister and I walked into Scruffy Duffy's in Manhattan, which is our Steeler bar, which is no longer, and I had my Steeler shirt on, and this guy said, oh, you're a fan? Name the new coach. And it was a couple years ago, and I said, Tomlin. He goes, first name? And I'm like, Mike Tomlin. Name the top 5 all-time rushers. I go, sports is not a test for me. Sports is something I enjoy. It's a passion of mine, but I don't feel that you need to prove that you're a more passionate sports fan than someone else. I think it's something we can all participate in.
Now, your book also dispels some of the stereotypical things people think of when they think of women sports fans.
Right.
Dispel some of those myths.
You know, I think where a lot of people have gone wrong, and you can help me out here, you're a big sports fan. First of all, they think that we want to get the same information, that we want to go to a website or a magazine, and we want to learn how to do yoga, how to watch football, and how to buy running shoes, and how to be, you know, eat healthy food. Okay, those are potentially 4 different women, and men certainly have different outlets. They can go to Men's Health or something to learn about fitness. You don't go to ESPN to learn about running shoes, you know. And my point is, let us sports fans be sports fans. Tell us, you know, certainly show us sports through a female prism, but don't try to be everything to every woman. You know what I mean?
Now, how do you feel about, because there's been like ton of women sportscasters on the scene, so do you think that Fox, NBC, are they making strides, or could there be more done?
You know, I think we've come a long way. I think we certainly, like, kids growing up today, seeing a female sideline reporter is not as foreign as it was maybe to us growing up. And that's what I think it's going to take. I mean, you know, I think the most exciting figure in sports right now is Kim Ng, the assistant GM of the Dodgers.
Yep.
And she is poised to be the first GM in our lifetime. Once little girls and little boys are growing up and there's a female GM of a team making sports decisions, and it becomes something that's not a strange phenomenon, that's when you really make strides. And I certainly think that we've come such a long way. I mean, you know, the first female sideline reporter on Monday Night Football was in 1998.
It's
not
that long ago.
10 years ago.
Now, do you see us breaking even more barriers? Do you see female NFL coaches? Do you see, you know, owners? Like, do you foresee that?
Owners, I would love to see. I mean, coaches is always going to be a tough call because you want to feel like the coach has played, and you know, I'm certainly not out here saying women should play football. You know, I think there are differences, obviously, in our physiques. We're not going to be able to do some things. I would love to see female owners. I mean, the last serious female owner of any sports team we've had that didn't inherit it from their husband or spouse was Marge Schott. And that's certainly not...
She gave us a little bit of a bad name.
She, you know, kind of set us back a few years.
Yeah.
But, you know, I would love it if there was, you know, some sort of entrepreneur out there who had a ton of money, who could own a team and really show, because I think women have made
really quickly, who is Marge Schott, just in case we have some of our
Marge Schott
members.
was the owner of the Cincinnati Reds, who, you know, was very outspoken in a lot of her political beliefs, and she kind of, you know, was a very controversial owner, and I don't think did right by women in terms of...
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but just in case, we're just showing the audience, women know, we get it.
Absolutely.
We get it.
She used to have her dogs going to the bathroom on the field when during batting practice, so that's not a good thing. But go ahead.
Now, you know, we're talking about MLB, NFL, NBA. Why aren't women so into the women's sports, like the WNBA, women's golf, women's tennis? Like, there is an audience, but you're not passionate watching that.
Yeah,
I'm not. Why isn't there a draw?
You know, the things that interest me, I love women's tennis, and I think, you know, the Williams sisters and Sharapova could probably kick many men's butts as well as ours, I'm sure. I think what's compelling to me is are sports that kind of have men and women facing head-to-head. That's why Danica Patrick, I think, is really exciting that she won her first Indy race this year in Japan. You know, I do support women's sports, but it's kind of a catch-22. You can't find it all that easily on TV because the media people say, well, no one's watching it, so we're not going to put it on. And people like me say, well, I can't find it, so how can I watch it? I think, once again, it's one of these things that we've made incredible strides. I mean, the WNBA that wasn't around when we were kids. You know, we're going to have to make efforts as, you know, when we, you know, marry and have kids and we kind of bring our kids into the fold and teach them about sports, that it's just going to have to be something that's more commonplace for us. Right now, it's still a little bit, you know, of a phenomenon.
Really quickly, you said marry, and that made me think of a very interesting question. Are men sports fans and women sports fans, when they partner up, when they couple up, is that intimidating for a guy if their girl knows more about sports than they do?
I think I think it's something that you can share, definitely. I do think that if, you know, some guys, you know, similar to the fact that they don't want women who have higher paying jobs, you know, I think that they want to have, you know, girls that they can feel like they can share something with. But I think having sports as something you can share with your loved ones, with your family, with your spouse, is something that's really important, and it's nice quality time you can spend together.
Well, Erica, I learned so much from today. It was nice to talk from one fan to another. We'll have to have you on back soon. Thank you very much.
Thanks.